We're trying to make $6,000 in 1 month with DoorDash and Uber Eats. We have made $4,131 so far, but we only have 8 days left. Today is Sunday, April 23rd, and we got to be done by April 30th. Our first one got us off to a pretty good start for Chipotle, $7.50 coming from DoorDash. The order was pretty decent. I can't complain at all. I thought I might receive a little bit more than $7.50, but it did not happen. That's okay. I want to set the daily goal at $370. Does that sound good? So that we can be at $4,500. So we only need to make $1,500 left for the last week. I think we can do it today. It's a pretty ambitious goal, but we'll be out here from 11:20 a.m. to, let's just go with like 9 p.m. So we're gonna work like 10 hours and actually, we might need longer than that. Maybe we'll be out here until 10 p.m. But we will definitely try to hit that daily goal of $370. Next up was a $10 order coming from Uber Eats to Peter Piper Pizza. Gotta love that. I just had to come back to the hotspot about a mile and a half, and there we go. We had the pizza. It was just one. Made it to a house, which is always nice. Always nice to deliver to a house, not an apartment. And we just got $10 for that one. Then we came back to the same area where we picked up a Corleone's order from DoorDash for $8.50. That one was ready in the restaurant, so I just picked it up and then we were off. When we came back to the hotspot, we got a stack from Jersey Mike's for $12. I didn't really want to accept it because I knew I was just going to receive $6 for each order, but the mileage was pretty short, so I decided to do that. And now we have been sitting here for quite a while. It's been 10 minutes now without an order. It's almost 1 o'clock now, and I'm so surprised. DoorDash or Uber Eats usually Sunday's a really solid day, especially at night, so maybe we have to wait around for that, but that's not for another 4 hours, so I want to be busy before it gets to that point. It's not that my phone wasn't getting any offers. It was, but like 90% of them were just like $5 and under from both platforms, and they were all going like 7 miles plus, and so just completely ridiculous. So I had to reject all of them. Probably rejected like 30 orders combined. But now we are at Walmart because we got a $20 stack, which hopefully they bring it out pretty soon. I'd say anywhere in like the next like 5 minutes. I'd consider that a win. I think my patience paid off, but we were sitting around for like 20 minutes before we got this one. Well, I guess either Uber or Walmart is really desperate for drivers because I got completely, man, that stunk. I waited around for 15 minutes. Nobody came up to me. Usually within 5, if not like 7 minutes, somebody comes up to me with the order. Well, I was waiting around for 15 minutes while I watched every other person in the parking lot get their order, and I'm like, okay, maybe they're just really busy today. But then somebody finally came up to me and was like, hey, you've been waiting a really long time. Like, which order do you have? So I told them the 2 orders that I had, and they were like, we don't have that in our system. Like, I don't know what that's about. Turns out there was a driver that showed up like 10 seconds before me. They picked up both of my orders because like Uber sent it out to both me and the other driver, so they picked it up instead of me. So after all of that, I needed to get the order canceled since the other person picked it up, and it took about like 10 minutes to do that, and they told me that I was going to be receiving $5 for waiting around and getting it canceled. So yeah, it's been an hour since we completed our last delivery and we received $5. So definitely not what we are going for. But fortunately, we did get another offer. Like as soon as we got that canceled, Uber sent me like 2 or 3 really bad ones, declined those. And I had DoorDash running too, and I declined like 5 or 6 of those. And then I got one for Grimaldi's Pizza. It was a stack for $19. It's pretty far away to get to the restaurant, but then it was going to bring me back in the direction I wanted to go, so I accepted it. And then pretty much immediately I got another order also for Grimaldi's, and so that would be 3 if I decided to accept it. And it was $9 going additional like 4.6 miles, but I saw the cross streets of the location of the third drop-off, and it was like, it's like a mile away from my usual hotspot, so like this is actually perfect. So I had 3 orders, I picked them all up, all 3 of them were ready, so fantastic. And now we are on the way to the first customer, and I believe once I get all 3 of these dropped off, I'm gonna get at least $28, which is pretty solid because I know I can get this done in like 45 minutes. And now we have a Starbucks order for Uber Eats. This one is just over $10, and it probably will take right around that 20-minute estimate. So I'd say this is a pretty decent order. We're at $71 so far before this Starbucks order in about 3 hours of work. So, I mean, not anything amazing, especially with that horrible hour that we had earlier, but I don't know if we can hit 370 today. I'm gonna try my best, but the dinner shifts have just been so solid the past 2 days that I just feel like we can get it done. We had to take one from DoorDash for $7. I just knew we could get this one done in less than 15 minutes, so I decided to go for it there. And then we got, well, we didn't immediately get the next order. We had to wait like 10 minutes to get it. But then we got one for $22, right? Who shop and pay for 2 items for Albertsons. Yeah, the mileage is really far, but figured 2 items to shop would not be that difficult, and so we could get it done. The estimate was like 32 minutes. I think we got it done in just about that amount of time, which was pretty fantastic. And also $10 cash tip. How nice is that? After the cash tip, that ends up being $32 for that one. I will take that, especially when it's like the slow time. And then after we ended up getting an $8 order, I actually accepted this one as I was dropping off that Albertsons offer. It was $8. It wasn't bringing me to like a great spot, but I just didn't know what kind of orders I was going to get after that, so I figured I should probably take it. As we were coming back to the hotspot, we were getting close to a lot of these popular restaurants, and we got one for over $10 from Uber for Filiberto's. I was going through the drive-thru to pick that one up. I got another one for $7. I saw that it was going to the same apartment complex as the first one, and so even though it took me like almost 10 minutes to pick that one up, when we arrived and we made the drop off to the first customer, I was actually on the second floor of one of the many buildings in that complex. And then when I completed that delivery, I found out that I was actually delivering directly to the downstairs neighbor, because you don't get to see that beforehand on Uber. And I was like, this is so funny. So I just went back to my car, got the food, and we made the drop off. Seriously, that complex has at least 300 or 400 units in there, and just like, what are the odds that I was delivering to the downstairs neighbor? That's pretty funny. And now we are on a delivery for True Food Kitchen. I was able to pick this one up pretty quickly, but it's like a 6.5 mile drive to the customer, something I do not love, but we're gonna do it because we were kind of hoping that there's a hidden tip on here, and I kind of want to see what kind of DoorDash restaurants are over in that area. I think we're gonna have to sign out of this zone and sign into that one, but it should be fine because by the time I get it dropped off, it'll be 5 p.m. and I'm sure there's availability over there. With that last drop off, we are over $150. So very, very far away from our daily goal, but I just wanted to set something ambitious and hope to hit it. I still think there's a chance. There's still a chance, but it's looking very unlikely. But I don't know. We'll just have to see. It may not have been the best decision to take that order, but we're gonna just live with it. Sometimes you make mistakes. After that one, we had to drive. I was like, well, I'm not getting a whole lot, so I actually started driving back towards my usual area, where we picked up a decent one for Mod Pizza. It was $8, and it was going to keep me still in that other area. And I was hoping to maybe get some kind of good orders over there because I was just wanting to kind of experiment. And we got an okay one. $21 for 2 orders, and the mileage isn't that high either, and it's dropping me in a good location. Well, of course that looks good, but I did have to wait like 5 minutes for the first one, and I thought, okay, the second one's gonna be ready. It's walking distance, and I had to wait another like 10 minutes for that. So not great, but that's just what happens sometimes. I did get $21 for it, so I guess I can't complain too much. And then we moved on to Payway from Uber Eats. This one just over $10. I thought this was a good offer because I knew the order was going to be ready. And if you think that this table looks familiar, well, that's because I already delivered to this customer today. I delivered the Peter Piper pizza order for them earlier today for lunch, and now Payway for dinner. Thought that was pretty interesting. Then we took a really far Dickey's barbecue order. This one, it was pretty much all freeway miles. That's why I wanted to do it. And it was $15. So hopefully I receive more than that. I guess I don't really know, but it would be nice. And then I wanted something to come kind of towards the hotspot a little bit, so I took a Five Guys order for like $8.25, and then I also got stacked with a $6 order here. Was hoping that both might be a little bit more. Just the second order was a little bit more at $6.50, and now we're at Subway because I got just over $10 here. Yeah, we're not hitting 370 today, but maybe we can get close to 300. There was a $6.50 order for DoorDash that I accepted. Thought this would be pretty nice to lead me to some pretty good restaurants. And when I was done with that one, I got one for Uber Eats for $12. Pretty impressive here, I would say. I mean, the mileage, it wasn't the best, but it actually led me to this DoorDash order for $28 for 12 miles. I saw the 16 items on it, and I got pretty excited. I thought it was going to be a lot more than the total ended up being. I thought it was going to be like a $40 or $50 order. But we made the 20-minute drive, got like $30 for it. It's all right. I don't know. It might have been a mistake because I had to sign into a different zone, and that is where I ended up with this $19 order. The first one is for Barro's Pizza. I'm picking it up. They said 15-minute wait, which is really rough, but this one is actually 9 miles, but it's taking me almost back to my zone that I like to be in. And I'm like, I guess I just have to wait on this order because I don't really think I'm going to get anything better that's going to take me towards the direction I want to go because I'm so far away now. So we are sitting at $294. So we just need this order, and it's going to be over 300. So it's actually going to be closer to 370 than what I thought. And maybe if I stick it out for a couple more hours, maybe I'll get there. Well, those 2 orders, that stack, it basically took like an hour to finish that. Just under an hour, but yeah, in Barro's I was just waiting for so long. Then we had to go over to Sonic and pick up that, and the drive was just so far. We tried to come back in the normal area and pick something up, but no, it doesn't look like we're gonna get anything, so we're gonna have to be done for the day. We made $314, so not the 370 we were expecting, so we can kind of call this my $300 failure. But that's all right. We're at $4,445, and we just need to make $1,550 in the final 7 days to complete this $6,000 challenge. We can definitely do that as long as we're just working as much as possible. If you want to check out any of the other videos in the playlist, it'll be right there, and I'll see you next time.